Hi, I'm Madeline from Loom Love. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make the Rainbow Loom Wildflower Bracelet. Here's an example. Now your arrow should be pointing forwards on your loom. Your loom should be set up just like this in a staggered position. Now you're going to take your first rubber band and place it from this middle peg to the peg to the left. And take another rubber band and start where this one ended here and bring it forwards. So it looks like this. Now we're going to continue this all the way down the loom. So go straight. And stop right here. And now take another rubber band, and you're not going to go up this time. You're going to go from the left peg at the end of the loom, the second end one to the middle peg. So it looks like this. Now you're going to do the same thing on the side. So you're making on the other side. So you're making like it's a border. So continue from this peg to this peg and go all the way up the loom. Now stop here, push all your bands down, and take one rubber band and from this peg to the middle peg. Now it should look like this. Now you're going to start doubling the bands. You're taking 2 rubber bands at a time. Make sure they're not messed up. Make sure they're straight. And put it from this middle peg, the second peg forwards in the middle row, and bring it to this side peg. So kind of like you're making a starburst. And go down from this peg to this peg in the middle. And go down here. You always want to do this in this order, or else this bracelet will not turn out. Make sure they're not twisted. They have to be good and straight so it turns out well. Make sure you're doubling them. And continue this in this order. And now go up here. So it looks like a flower. Make sure they're pushed down good enough. So it looks like that. Now you can do any colors you want for this bracelet and bring it. You'll see this peg where it ended. You'll count 1 up and you'll place it from this middle to this side, just like we did on this peg. Now we're going to go down. So go from here. So it should look like an arrow pointing there. When you do that, make sure they're not twisted and you're still doubling them. Now go down from here. From here. Oops. And go from here, and finally we're going to stop right here. There, so it looks like 2 flowers now. You're going to continue this pattern all the way down the loom. So take 2 rubber bands from here to here, and another 2 rubber bands from this peg to this peg. You always want to make sure you're doing it in this order, or else this will not turn out. And you're doubling them. Continue this all the way down the loom until you reach the end. Okay, now we're down to our last flower. And go from this peg to this peg to this peg, from here to here, Now I hope this was very clear on how to place these rubber bands. Now you push them all down. Now you're going to turn your loom around so now that the arrow is pointing towards you. Now take one rubber band, twist it into a figure 8, and put it back over itself so it's like a little capping band. And place it on the last peg when you turned your loom around. So the peg in the middle, the last one, right there. Now we're going to start looping. In the Starburst, if you've done that bracelet before, it's a very well-known bracelet, you put capping bands in the middle of the flowers. This bracelet, you do not need that. So what you do is you pull back the capping band you just placed with the back of your hook and grab the two rubber bands that go forwards. So that petal that we made there, that goes forwards. Now we'll pull back that petal. Oh, make sure you got the rubber bands. Pull back that petal, make sure you pull back all the rubber bands, and grab the two rubber bands on the top that go to the right, sorry. Go from this peg to these pegs. But you make sure you got the two rubber bands. Now pull back this band, this thick layer of rubber bands, grab the two on the top, make sure there's the two ones, and bring it to this side. So on the right, on the top, and bring it to that side. So it looks like that. Now you're gonna pull back all these bands and grab the one that goes forward. Grab the two bands that go forwards. Now grab the two that go to this side. And grab the two that go over here. So it kind of looks a little bit like the Starburst, but doubled bands and no capping band. But make sure you follow this video because sometimes you can make mistakes and it will mess up the whole bracelet. So pull back this band, the top band that we just laid, and bring the bottom two, or there's two bands there, and bring them forwards. And continue what we did before. So pull back these bands and grab the two that go to the side. Make sure you have them both and make sure you have the right bands. Now pull back this and grab the ones that go to the left, or the right, sorry about that. Go here. Grab the ones that go forwards from here. Grab the ones that go left, and there. So you're going to continue this hooking pattern all the way down the loop. And you have to be really careful sometimes because your hook can break, because I already have 5 hooks that broke, so you have to be very careful. Okay, now we've finished looping all these flowers. Now we're going to start hooking the border. So these are thinner rubber bands. So like these are not double, these are just single rubber bands. Under this. So pull back this capping band, so this triangular upside down triangle capping band that we placed before, and pull that back and grab the one that goes to the left and bring it to that peg. Now pull back this thick layer of rubber bands and grab the one at the bottom that goes forwards. Now continue this all the way down the loom. So pull back all these, grab the one at the bottom that goes forwards. And you will need an extension for this bracelet. You can use 2 looms and attach them the way it is. But I prefer just to use one because it takes quite a long time to set up 2 looms together. But it looks very neat with 2 looms too, because sometimes the extension stands out a lot and it doesn't look too good. Now we finished looping this extension part, or this border part here, so we grab the one that goes into the middle and bring it to the middle. Now we push all our bands down. We can take any hook and just push them down. Now we're going to hook the other side. So you do the same thing. Pull back the capping band and grab the one that goes this side. So pull back all these and grab the one that goes forwards at the border, in the border, and keep going. Okay, now we've reached the end. Now we pull back all these and grab the one that goes to the middle. Now push down all these bands, and it will be easier to turn your loom around. So you turn your loom around so now the arrow is pointing forwards, and you take one rubber band, a single rubber band, just put your hook down that channel of the loom, kind of twist it like that, and make sure you've got all the rubber bands on that peg. And now attach a little band to that, to the hooking part, to the hook part. Slide it up a little bit. And now bring it up through that peg, just like this. Just like that. Now you take your rainbow loom hook and grab the bottom, and grab the top, and slide it onto the thickest part of your hook. Now we're ready to take this bracelet off the rainbow loom. It's very hard to take off sometimes. There. Now we're finished taking it off the loom. Now we're going to make the extension. So what we do is we take single rubber band. So put 6 single rubber bands on, straight and forwards, or 5 or 6. It depends on the size of your wrist. Now I take this part off my hook. Be careful not to let it go because that's the only thing that's attaching your whole bracelet together. Now put it on these 2 pegs. Grab the one that goes forwards and do the single chain, just like that. So what you do is you take your C-clip or S-clip, it doesn't really matter. I prefer C-clips, they attach to the elastics better. And you place it, you stretch it out so it was like this. Now you stretch it out and attach it on these bands. Now you're ready to take it off. And you find the capping band, stretch it, place the little C-clip on there, and there you have your Rainbow Loom Wildflower Bracelet.